guess,
Thank you.
natural question. How you feeling?
I feel good. Ready to roll.
Yeah, you said in the podcast you didn't know how it would how it would go when you were, deemed healthy enough to come back. Your fears alleviated there.
Yeah. I feel good now. Obviously you hear you got COVID, and it's like you kind of cross your fingers, right? 'Cause you don't know how your body gonna react. Like you may think you may know, but still, it's just that little voice in the back of your head to say, "Shh, what if it doesn't?" Right? And so that's what I was pretty much talking about on my podcast. But probably about 3 or 4 days into it, once my fever like cleared, I felt like I could beat it, and so now I'm here talking to you guys.
Next question's from Luke Johnson.
Yeah, Emmanuel, what does a football player do in the middle of a season when you're confined to the house? I mean, it just seems that has to feel so weird.
Yeah, dude. Well, the first 3 or 4 days I slept like, and then after that 4 days, when I didn't need medicine to fight it, because I had fevers like for 3 days I had fevers all day. So I literally just felt like just laying in bed, just sleeping, like I slept. And then when it started to clear up, like I think that was like I was like 6 days that I just had to just watch Netflix and just chill with my wife really, and do nothing. Like I started a show called Schitt's Creek, and finished that in like 3 days. And thank God I had that show because it kind of entertained me. And then I started reading a book. I read Matthew McConaughey's book and just found ways to entertain myself, and also just found ways to try to get a workout in as well as far as doing push-ups and sit up around the house, hopping in my pool, taking a swim. But I was very conscientious of not working out too hard because I need a rest, right? And so I didn't want to put my body through too much stress, but I knew I had to at least do something.
Next question's from Catherine Terrell.
I know you mentioned the fever. What were your symptoms like? Was it more like having a bad cold or like
Yeah,
having
yeah,
the
yeah.
flu?
My symptoms is just I just felt loopy, felt tired, like I had no energy, and then I had a fever, and my fever got up to like 102. But after
Oh,
that,
geez.
that was like 3 days of that, 3 or 4 days of that. But after that, it was smooth. It's just at nighttime I would get like a little headache every now and then, but that cleared up probably like the 6th day as well.
I'm glad you're feeling better because that sounds awful. But
It's all good.
at what point were you like, okay, I'm getting antsy. I'm ready to play football again, or just do
I think it
something?
was that Sunday when we were getting ready to play Chicago. I was just annoyed because I wanted to play football, and I missed the first game, and I was like, okay. But then that second game really took a toll on me. I wanted to get back to work and help the guys win, and so. But now I got an opportunity this Sunday versus a big time opponent in Tampa Bay, and we got to go out and handle business.
Next one's from Doug Mouton.
Yeah, hey, my wife and I watched 7 seasons of Schitt's Creek too during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Are you feeling as quick as you were before? Are you feeling any lag in your body?
No.
Or are you feeling like you're back for real?
I think I've been working out since Monday. The moment I was able to get back into the building, the Saints was like, "All right, we got to put you through a ramp up period." And so I've been working out, and so yesterday I felt like I was getting back in the rhythm, and then today I felt like I found my groove, and so I'm looking forward to tomorrow and Saturday of just keep getting better and get my body ready to play on Sunday.
Next one's from Caroline Gonzalez.
Hey, Manuel, hopefully this isn't too much of an invasion of your privacy, but I read reports that for NFL teams, they kind of had to have some apartments on standby just in case that anyone had COVID come up. But with you having, a family, young kids, was that the case for you, or were you able to stay at home and around your family?
No, so my wife, we got the entire family tested after I found out I was positive, and then their test came back the next morning, and my wife tested positive. But my kids and my mother-in-law did. So we got them on a private plane and sent them back to our house in Denver. While me and my wife quarantined here. But that ended up working out. But my daughter ended up testing positive when she was in Denver. So right now I think they got like 2 more days of quarantine, and they're gonna be able to come back out here. So I'm looking forward to that.
Next one's from Luke Johnson.
Emmanuel, just with in football terms, I think maybe you and Mike have played like, I don't know, maybe 40 snaps on the same field this year. Is there any element of like building chemistry between receivers, even like just knowing where he's at on the field and knowing how to play when he's on the field?
Yeah, obviously I'm looking forward to getting Mike back. You want to talk about, the NFL Top 100 came out and this guy ranked top 5. So that lets you know that we've been missing a guy of that caliber for 5-6 weeks. And so I'm looking forward to him getting back out, not only for me, but for Mike as well. I know he misses the game, and I know the Saints fans miss him as well. And he just adds another element for us. Alvin's been having a great year, but if you combine him and Mike and then, plug in, myself and Jared Cook and Traquan and the rest of the guys, and I just feel like offensively, we can hit another level, and so I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Next one's from Nick Underhill.
What could it do for the kind of looks you'd see playing, like with Alvin playing at the level he's at, and then Mike comes back and does someone else have to pay a lot of attention?
With every team, right? I've been on teams where I was a guy, right? And, those were my Pro Bowl years, and I've played on teams where I was a role player. And one thing about me is, I'm not too concerned about, how many times I'm going to touch the ball, how many times I'm going to touch the field. I just know what I can do, and I know if they need me, I feel like I can deliver. And so I just play my role. Obviously I know, like, it's AK, it's Mike, and then everybody else after that. And so, but my job is to get open, and I'm going to be open. And on third down, if they want to throw me the ball, I'm going to throw it. Anytime they want to go to me, I'm going to be there. And so I'm going to play my role. And I think the best teams that I've been on have played their role. And so if my role, like when Mike went down, if my role needed to be, okay, try to fill in as a number 1 receiver and make the plays to get us out of games, and I'm going to do that. Or if not, like if they want me to be a number 3, whatever, right? My job, I just want to win games. And so I trust Sean Payton and what he's doing and everything. And so far, so good.
Next one's from Amos Morale.
Yeah, I was just wondering what you've seen from that Tampa secondary, on film compared to what you saw from week 1.
They're playing some good ball. They definitely get their hands on the ball. They playing well together. Antoine Wilfield Jr. is playing really well. And I think just as an overall defense, they're playing really well. The linebacker core is probably the best linebacker core, in the league right now. And just how they're playing, right? And so they have a number 1 defense in the league right now for a reason. And so we got to go out and exploit it.
Next one's from Luke Johnson.
Emmanuel, I was wondering what you thought of, or what you've kind of come to see as Alvin's kind of ability as a route runner, especially in like those option routes. It seems like he's good for 1 or 2 big plays every week.
Yeah, AK's a beast, man. I enjoy watching him. With him, Drew, and Mike on the field, sometimes I find myself becoming a fan even when I'm on the field, just watching how these guys operate. And, thank God they're on my side. And so AK's having a terrific year. There's not too many players on the offensive side of the ball that's having a better year than AK. And so that speaks volume just about just his character and what he's about. I enjoy being around him on a daily basis and just watching him go to work and watching his personality, and he's one of those guys that when I look in the locker room and I see 41, I'm happy he's on my team because I know that we got a better chance of winning with him on the team.
Next one's from Rod Walker.
Hey, Emmanuel, you played last season some with Quan Alexander. What can you just kind of tell us about him as a teammate?
Quan's a good teammate, man. I'm looking forward to getting him in the locker room. When I was in San Fran, me and Quan, we hung out. We spent New Year's together last year, and so we spent a lot of time together. And when I saw that trade, I was excited because I know what type of player he is, but I also know what type of person he is. He's gonna fit right into this locker room.
Next one's